Ian, Cliftonville this weekend in the Trust Trophy. Have you been able to glean much about this weekend's opponents, given that they're from Northern Ireland?
Yeah, as I explained to the written press earlier, we've been quite fortunate in terms of the games being on BBC over the last couple of weeks. We've managed to get, watch them and get hold of them and go through them on parts that we feel that are needed. Obviously, we'll have our scouting reports as well. So yeah, the preparation for it's not been too bad. But as I say, been a bit fortunate.
And of course, they're managed by Jim Magilty, a guy who had a great playing career at the highest level down south and internationally, and he coached in England as well. He'll have his team set up to come at you, attack you, and try and take advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you know what you're getting against Irish opposition. They're always fairly aggressive. They're always confident in their own ability and will look to go and win the game. You don't get too many defensive Irish teams, certainly over the years that I've experienced. So we expect them to come and be the same. We know the formation that they normally favour. We expect them to play the same one, but you never know in football, they might change it up a little bit. But really exciting game for us against opposition that you don't often get the opportunity to come up against. But equally, we're in good form as well. I'm sure they've done our homework on ourselves, so hopefully it's the makings of a good game.
And you've a wee bit of experience of playing against Irish teams, coaching against Irish teams yourself. Airdrie, you played against, I think it was Bohemians.
Yeah, we played Bohemians a few years ago now. Won the game 3-2. Callum Smith will remember the game well. He scored a really good winning goal for us that day, but it was a tough game. As you said, they're always very well organised, well set up in good structure, and they have got players that can cause you problems. So we'll have to play well to win the game. Our aim is to win the game. We want to go as far as we can in this competition.
Something I asked you about last midweek ahead of the Queen's Park game was momentum. The momentum that we've built up and gained by that stunning win against Queen's Park here. We should use that to our benefit and effect against Cliftonville this weekend. Yeah,
it's another game to go and try and win, and as you say, keep that momentum going and keep our form going individually and as a team and as a squad, more importantly, because it's been a huge squad effort to date, right way back to Lithgow away in pre-season. That's what we've been working from, and this is where we are today. We're in a decent position, but you can't rest on your laurels in football in particular. You can't look too far back. It's all about what's in front of you the next game. It's going to be a tough one. The players know that. They've been well drilled in what to expect. They'll do a little bit more work on it tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon and be ready. Yeah.
Sometimes there's a temptation with these cup games to make a raft of changes when you're playing against a team. Very obviously you're not going to be doing that, but there's a chance to bring players coming back from injury back into the squad potentially.
Yeah, it's one of those games where you have to look at all of the different dynamics of the squad, and do you break up your back four? Do you put boys in just to give them minutes, or do you make them earn the right to get back into the team or get minutes on the pitch? And I think it's very important that the players that are playing well and motoring along really, really nicely keep that continuity of playing Saturday to Saturday. We're not in a huge fixture pile up or anything like that, so there's no reason for us to make crazy wholesale changes. We won't, we will change a few players, but it certainly won't be in the numbers of 8 or 9.
Exactly, yeah. And returning from injury, how is Aidan Connolly progressing?
Yeah, Aidan's trained today really, really well. Full session, full contact. Really good to see him back in the park. Good to see him back in with a group of lads as well, and we've got Aidan back now, which has taken a lot longer than we anticipated. Frustrating for myself, frustrating for the supporters, but more importantly frustrating for Aidan as well. But he does his rehab. He works really, really hard. We will aim to get him involved at some point on Saturday and to get him back into it and get him back in the groove and see how he does. But we can't rush him too quickly, but delighted to get him back. I think his quality over the last 2 seasons at this football club has been there for everybody to see. We expect that again from him, which is why we re-signed him, and delighted to have him back.
Yeah, and finally, just almost stealing a question off the mainstream press there, any thoughts towards the loan window and bringing in loan players in the immediate future?
Not at the moment. Very happy with what we have in the squad. I think there's obviously areas we still need to work on in our game, but over the piece, really happy where we are in the league. It's early days, happy with how our League Cup campaign went. I'm really happy with the squad mentality. I think the boys that we have brought in so far have added real steeliness and leadership to our group, and we've still got real good quality. I think we saw that with the subs that came on Saturday against Queen's Park and how well they done. And you know, I just look at our squad, particularly in forward areas, and if it's not clicking for us or if we're chasing goals, you're bringing on 4 or 5 boys of that quality, the opposition don't get a minute's rest, and it's going to hopefully be like that for the rest of the season, because we want to keep everybody fit, and when everybody's fit, it's really, really difficult to pick a team. On the flip side, we'll always keep our ear at the ground. We'll always keep looking around just in case there's one that we really, really like and we think enhance our squad even further. But at the moment, if it was the window was closed tonight, I'd be happy.
Great, thanks.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Cheers.